what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, October 1st, 2012. First day of October. I got a question for you. When is the fucking summer going to end? You know? I don't want to be one of these guys who the first time there's a fucking heat wave starts going, see, there's global warming. I think I proved my point, you know, like when it snows in February. And the people who don't believe in global warming go like, well, gee, what happened to global warming? It's fucking snowing out. Yeah, it's supposed to. It's supposed to. It's fucking January, you dumb cunt. Yeah, I'm going out to LA and we're going to have another 5-day fucking heat wave, like 99 fucking degrees every goddamn day. And I don't have air conditioning in my house. You going to laugh at me now? You know, I kind of live in an area where we get a nice breeze. And I was told that by the people who I bought the house off of that, yeah, that's really not a problem. Can you believe that they were deceitful? You know what sucks about having a fucking house is every time you think you got everything fixed, you know, just something else comes along. I thought I was finally caught up. I widened the doors in the garage. I got the goddamn hot water fucking thing outside. I went tankless. I got that done. I fixed the fucking cabinets. You know, I got screens on the windows. What the fuck else did I do? I got the stupid fucking thing fixed that, you know, the hot air goes out of on the laundromat, on the dryer. All these little cunty knick-knack fucking things. And I was thinking all I gotta do now is have somebody fucking get my chimney up to code and then clean out some other goddamn thing, and I was done. Now, and I gotta put a new roof on it too. So I'm thinking, all right, the roof, that's the most expensive thing. I'll get that thing done, right? What's the point of fixing everything else if it's just gonna get wet, right? Figured that was my next move. And out of fucking nowhere, I got Nia calling me up. Can we just get one of those standalone units? Can we just get AC in one room? Unbelievable. I thought I was in the clear. It's fucking October. Look, who's kidding who? I live in a goddamn desert. At some point, I'm going to have to get air conditioning. But now I'm also feeling like a pussy. Because everybody else who ever owned my fucking house, they somehow dealt with it. Maybe sat on the front steps drinking a mint julep. Socializing with the neighbors, talking about Pearl Harbor or whatever the fuck they did. Were they a tougher breed back then, or is this global warming thing actually something that's true? Well, actually, it is getting warmer. You know, it's just the debate is, I'm so in over my head. Just entertainment. Just go with me on this. The big debate is whether or not human beings have an effect on it. I just, you know what's funny is I can't even take myself seriously. Because every time I try to talk about a heavy subject, my brain is just screaming at me, you don't read, or you haven't read up on any of this. You've only overheard conversations. So why don't you shut the fuck up? Anyways, this is a podcast for this week, everybody. It's Football Sunday. I'm here in Jacksonville, Florida. It's 5 minutes to 1. 5 minutes before. All the games are going to start. I already predicted on my Twitter account that the Patriots were going to win 63-5 today against the Buffalo Bills, and I stand by that. That's actually what I'm hoping is going to happen. And someone's like, oh, you're predicting they're going to get a safety? No. What's going to happen is we're going to be up 63-3. Our punter's going to feel bad for you, so he's just going to kind of run out of the back of the end zone. You know, just to give you another 2 fucking points. You know what's the worst thing about going to a Buffalo Bills game, aside from the lingering sadness of losing 4 Super Bowls in a row, is listening to that dumb chant, that "Let's go Buffalo." I hate fucking, first of all, it rhymes. You know? Yay! Let's go Buffalo! The AFC East has some of the worst fucking chants in all of professional sports. Jets, 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 Jets. Hooray! It's like, what fucking year is it? Let's go, Buffalo. Those are some angry motherfuckers out there, I'll tell you that. Me and Verzi, a few years ago, we went to that fucking Bills-Jets game. Somebody pushed me in the back while I was taking a piss because I had a Patriots hat on. You know? Fucking losers out there, man. Fucking losers. You know? I love how they act like they didn't have video cameras out there. You know, fucking Bob Levy could have easily just filmed the other team and won one of those Super Bowls. You didn't want to do it. You didn't want to do it. You made me film you. I didn't want to do it. Why didn't they just, you know? Listen, Buffalo, if you could learn anything from some of your compadres here in the AFC East, if you can't beat them, cheat. For the love of God, how long are you going to have that mom and pop store, we're making our own jam, putting it in an extra fucking pickle jars vibe? First of all, you know what your problem is, Buffalo? You don't even deserve a professional fucking franchise. Do you understand that? Do you understand how if you didn't have the Bills and the Sabres, that the amount of people wouldn't even know, like, you'd be like Elmira. You'd be one of those fucking towns nobody even knew about. You guys fucking peaked back when people took road, like when going to Niagara Falls was like a fucking, you know, place where you went on your honeymoon. Because the regular Joe couldn't afford to fly. All right? That's why you've never won anything. Because God forgets that you exist. Why am I being so mean to them? I actually think I'm going to be performing there next year. I have no idea. You know, actually, the reality is with this whole fucking Patriots defense, we got a rookie fucking trying to protect Tom Brady's blind side. I have no idea. And it's a divisional rivalry. We usually go 1-1 against the Bills. You know, the Bills usually win one. And then Shred and Reagan call me up like, hey, did you see the game? What'd you think about that? Right? And they get all fucking excited. They start talking Super Bowl. And then the next time we play them, we rape them. You know? We put that red ball thing in their mouth, bend them over, and shove the football right up their ass. You know what's coming. You know it is. Who has more false hope, a Bills fan or a Jets fan? I think it's the Jets fan, just because they look like that guy, the Mush, in A Bronx Tale. Like your average fucking Jets fan, that's what he looks like. You know, and I'm not saying that the average Patriots fan doesn't look like a fucking alcoholic Lucky Charms fucking dude. I'm not even saying that. I would never try to say that we don't look like a bunch of fucking drunk potatoes. All right? I'm not saying that we don't. All right? But you guys just have that, let's go, like, off-track betting. That's what the upper deck of the Jets game looks like. I don't know if it's those awful fucking green jerseys. You know? If you're gonna get the Jets jersey, you gotta get the white one, man, with the green numbers. When it's that fucking just pea soup forest green, that's just one of the worst fucking jerseys ever. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's still a great game. See, I went positive there. At the end of the day, it's still a great game. I actually got into some fight with some fucking jack-off on Twitter, right? Because I announced, I tweeted that I was going to be going to the Jacksonville Jaguars Cincinnati Bengals game. Can you fucking believe that I'm hanging around an extra day in Jacksonville to watch that contest? Okay? Is that not going to be one of the most lowest rated football games of the year? But anyways, I got into this Twitter argument with some guy who, I'm guessing he's from fucking Great Britain or Ireland or some shit. And once again, like, those guys are so on their own dicks if they fucking watch rugby. You know what I mean? Like, the amount of time, either there's soccer fans over there, and then they always come up with, they think it's the most clever Seinfeld thing ever. They're always like, why do they call it football when they use their hands? You know, like the excitement in their emails or their tweets when they send that to me as if they're the first person who ever came up with that little clever analogy. You know, first of all, football came out of soccer. We were kicking the ball around, you know, playing your dumb little fucking game that was brought over. Okay, but because we're fucking Americans and we know how to fucking make shit exciting, we know how to ramp shit up. We're not stuck in the past like you guys with your dumb fucking castles talking about, oh, Henry VIII told fucking Lilliputian. Who gives a fuck? Huh? Your dumbass fucking history of the goddamn serfs and the landowners and the feudal system. Huh? And your fucking Catholics versus Protestants. Nobody gives a fuck. You half horse, half fucking man walking around with that fucking flute or whatever the hell it did. A bunch of goddamn perverts. A shirtless man coming out of a horse. What the fuck is wrong with you? You gonna sit there and criticize our game, sitting there saying that NFL, that rugby is a tougher game than NFL football. You know what rugby looks like to me? Rugby looks like NFL football if the fans ran on the field and started playing. Not saying they're not tough fans. Not saying they're not fans who have gold gym memberships. I'm not even trying to say that. I wouldn't insult you by trying to say that. I'm just saying. It just looks like really fast people from the stands went out there during halftime. Kind of like when you watch an NHL game and they let those fucking kids come out and play a little mini one-on-one. Right? We got fucking Swampscott versus Marblehead today. He shoots, he scores. Right? I'm not saying rugby isn't a tough game. I'm not saying it's not a beautiful game. I'm not saying it's not I fucking love it. I go over there, I watch it. If I had time, I would go to a game. I think it's great. But for you fucking Ian McFucking pasty fucks to sit here and try and act as though that a bunch of fucking white guys running around in shorts, in fucking polo shirts, tackling each other, you know, is the equivalent to fucking someone of Ray Lewis's ability. You're out of your mind. You're out of your fucking mind. I tell you right now, you can judge the level of your sport by the amount of white guys that are playing it at a professional level. You can certainly judge the speed of it. Okay, rugby looks like you're watching the NBA in the 1960s. You know? And Havlicek steals it. Oh, Havlicek stole it. You know, and one of the big things that rugby people always say is they say NFL players are pussies. Okay? NFL players are pussies. Just step back and just wrap your head around that. Because they wear pads. You know, and I get why they say that. Because to look at it, you're like, oh, they have all these pads on. It doesn't hurt them. Because they have all this padding on. You know what it is? You guys never played the fucking game. Okay? I played rugby. It was called Kill the Man with the Ball. I played it. Yes, I took knees and I took shots. But you know what I didn't do? I never really led with my head. And you know why? Because I didn't have a fucking helmet on. Nobody really led. You led with your shoulder. And you tackled with your shoulder. Just like they do in rugby. I'm not saying, hey, that heads don't collide. I'm not saying there aren't fucking collisions and broken bones. Okay? I'm just saying. First of all, the helmet is what you're looking at is an unbelievable design flaw. What it really is it's just a battering ram. It protects the skull. It does not protect the brain. Okay? Do you guys have, like, when rugby players are done playing rugby, is their head so fucked up that they shoot themselves in the chest so their brain can be donated to science to figure out what the fuck happened to them? Do you have that happening? Have you ever had somebody go, you know what? I want to play this week, so cut the end of my finger off so I can go out and actually play this week? You know, do you have people doing shit like that? You know, as they run their fucking 10-second 40s over there? Look, I'm not saying it's a tough game. I'm not saying it's not a fucking, I'm not saying those guys aren't faster than me, but if you put Ray Lewis on a fucking rugby field, you would be picking up limbs would be littered all over the field. All right? So that's it. The debate is over. And you could fucking do anything you want to do. Send me your tweets, send me your fucking emails, and all that type of shit. All right? You guys started it. I never said rugby was a pussy game. I still haven't. You guys constantly send me fucking emails telling me that NFL football players are pussies. Let me tell you something right now. The average NFL player is big enough to grab your entire family by the throat and choke slam you on your fucking Knights of the Round Table fucking table. All right, so there you go. There's your fodder for this week, you fucking cunts. Meanwhile, hey, by the way, my special is available for download this week. It's available for download for $5 off of my website. I would appreciate it if you guys would go on and download the son of a bitch, because it costs me a lot of money. I'd like to try to make my money back. And if you could do me a favor, please don't post it on YouTube. I'm not having it encrypted and all that shit, because that's not fair to people who aren't going to do something bad with it. Just do me a favor, okay? Just give me 6 months. Just give me a 6 month window to fucking sell this thing so I can make my money back, so I can go and make another one. So I don't have to shoot my next special on a fucking iPhone. If you could do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. So here's your time to act now. At BillBurr.com, Monday morning, you go on, you download the fucking special for $5. That is the deal. $5, $5. Can you look into your heart? So, anyways, let's get one of these fucking commercials out of the goddamn way before we get going. People complain. Hey, she didn't read my commercial until 50 minutes into the podcast, and they're wondering who the hell's even listening anymore. Why did I make my transfer to Spanish? Huh? Why would I do that? Come on, open up. No, that's the problem. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, I went shot some guns when I was out here. You know, silencers are fucking legal in Florida. They actually had like semi-automatic rifles with silencers on the fucking wall. I've got some pictures, hopefully posted on the podcast page of that. It's fucking hilarious. I'm in there with Verzi, and they actually, it's always scary when you go to the gun range and you're just in there with a bunch of strangers with loaded fucking guns. And there's always like that one fucking novice in there that just, or not even, they're just so comfortable they start doing dumb shit, like loading the gun on the other side and then turning around and walking with the fucking thing. It's like loaded at the I don't know what the terminology is. I'm one of those greenhorns. I probably shouldn't even be in there, but I just have that thing pointed down fucking range the whole goddamn time. I load it right where I'm gonna shoot it, and when it's done, I fucking take the clip out. That's it. Safety on, and I just have it pointed down range. At no point do I ever take that fucking thing, even pointing it at the floor, turn around and walk back to whatever the fucking back area is and then load it there. I hate when people do that shit. Anyway, so I'm actually at the gun range and this fucking guy comes walking by. He goes, "Hey, you Bill Burr?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm going to see you tonight at the Comedy Zone." I go, "That's cool, right?" And he fucking opens up. He has looks like a mechanic's tool chest. He had like a chrome-plated fucking Desert Eagle in there. That's a 50 caliber fucking psycho gun. And he had all this shit with like a silencer. And I go, "Holy shit, dude." I go, "You got a silencer?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, and you're going to shoot it." So I'm all excited, and then I see Verzi. Verzi turns into like a fucking 6-year-old standing there. He's got this look on his face, like when the teacher goes, "Who wants to play with the new toy we bought?" and pick somebody else. That was the look Verzi had on his face, like, "How come you picked him? Am I going to get to play with it?" So I actually walked over and said, "Hey, is it okay if my buddy shoots it too?" And he said, "Yeah." So I tell Verzi, I said, "Hey, he's going to let you shoot it too." And his whole fucking face lights up, right? It was fucking incredible, man. It's fucking incredible. You can't have a silencer, or what do they call a suppressor, whatever the fuck they call it. You can't have in New York. If you have one in New York, if you get caught with one of those in New York, I think that's automatically like fucking 30 years. They just look at it like you have that.